chapter, section, what will have you, you have to have that formula memorized and know how, when, and where to use it, okay? It will not be given to you on a final or anything else, okay? So they want you to write the slope-intercept form. So my answer should look like this, because this is slope-intercept form, okay? So we got y equals, and we can go ahead and label these. My slope, what letter do we use for slope?
S.
M. Okay, and what letter do we use for y-intercept?
B.
B. Okay, so it's a matter of just plugging it in. So we got y equals, and instead of my m, what is it?
5/3.
5/3 x plus my b is 4. And this is it.
You want to solve it? No.
No, well, it is. I already solved, but. Okay, so if we look at 2, we got y equals.
2/3.
So this is m and this is b. 2/3 x plus 3. Let's look at 5. Can I scroll? Okay, so 5 says my slope is m, my y-intercept is b. So it's going to be, our formula is normally this, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so it's going to be y equals 2x minus 3. Okay, so do we normally write plus minus? Do we write like this? I'm just going to write it over here. So y equals 2x plus, and my b is -3. Do we write a plus minus right next to each other?
No.
No. So minus always trumps, okay? Which means like you play rock, paper, scissors, right? If you play rock, paper, teacher, the teacher is always going to win, okay? So the minus trumps this plus sign, so it's just -3, okay? So on this one, my slope is m, my y-intercept, so it's going to say y equals -4x minus 5. Okay, you're fine. Hold on. Does that make sense? Yes? No?
Yeah, pretty easy.
Okay, scroll down a little bit. Or, well, yeah, you guys scroll down, but you guys look down. So it says, write the slope-intercept form of the equation of each line. Okay, all this is garbage. They want the slope-intercept form. Okay, well, what's slope-intercept form look like? What's the formula?
M.
Y.
Y equals mx plus b.
Okay, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so you need a couple other notes in order to do these, and we're just going to write them down first, and then hopefully they make a little bit more sense. Okay, my slope, and I'm going to draw me a little answer. So this is slope. Okay, when we look and we have a graph, slope is rise over run. Okay, which also means when you think of a sunrise, what's happening?
Rising.
But if you couldn't use rising, what's another word?
Going up.
Going up. Okay, so rise means up or down. Okay, in this case. And our run means left or right. Okay, and if we go to the left, let me think here. It's going to be negative, and if we go to the right, it's going to be positive. So we're popping that damn gum. Okay, so you will need these notes. Okay, and then the last one, B, we just talked about, but it's our starting point or our y-intercept. Okay, so when we think about y-intercept, I want you guys to think about this. Now, I'm not the best explainer of this, but when we think about football, okay, you guys can look at me. Do I look like a football player? No, I freaking don't. Okay, I don't know the best verbiage about football, but I can tell you that an interception is like if I went to go throw Serenity something, okay, and Miss Jackson jumped in the way and stole my keys when I'm not even trying to, she's always in somebody's business, and I'm trying to throw them to you, and she intercepts my little throw. That's what an interception is when she came into across from in the middle of us. So a y-intercept is just that. It's where it crosses the y line because it's called a y-intercept. Okay? Because last week that's where everybody keeps screwing it up. They choosing the x one and it's not the x one. Okay? So we can look at this and this is what our answer should look like. Okay? Our answer should look like something like this. So we can say y equals blank, because we don't know the m yet, x plus blank. We don't know the b yet. Okay? So our b we always find first. That's why it's called the starting point. Okay? Well, where does the line intersect the y line?
3.
Yeah, it's going to be right here. So at 3. That means our y-intercept is going to be 3. Okay, now take your pencil and you start following the line up or down until you find the next closest point. But it has to be on equal crosshairs. And by that I mean, you cannot pick, let me see, like this point right here. I should do it in a different color. Right here. You can't pick that point because it's between 1 and 2, would you agree? But it could be 1/2, it could be 3/4. You have to pick a point that's on equal crosshairs, like right here or something. But it's also got to be on the line. Okay, so you're gonna scroll down until you find one. Well, right here is 1. Okay. It's at -3, -1 is that point. Okay, and if you use your pencil, just follow the line drawn down until you see it's on equal crosshairs. Okay, so now we have to figure out what our rise over run is. So you can connect these 2 dots. Okay, well, how much do we rise?
3.
No.
What 4?
We rise 4. How much do we run?
3.
3. And did we run to the left or to the right?
Right.
We ran to the right, so that means our slope should be positive. Okay, so now this is going to be our equation for our answer. Okay, so if we look at 10, we got y equals something x plus something. All right, what do we find first?
The starting point.
The starting point, which is at what? Where does that cross
0.
the y line? Yeah, it's right here. Is it 0, 0? So our y-intercept is going to be at 0. Now we need to find the next closest point. So start following the line with your pencil. Find me the next closest point.
How do you know? Did we go up or down?
It doesn't matter.
So I can go right here.
That's not on an equal crosshairs.
I don't know what that means.
Like, what is that point? You can't say that's 2, right? It's clearly not on the 2 line. But it's not on the 3 line. You have to find one that's like, see how this one goes through exactly right there?
So like
So
right
it could be
here.
-5. That could be 1, or right here could be 1. Okay, but you can't use that one. Perfect, yeah. Or it could be right here. Those are the only 2 options on this one. Okay, so on these you only have 2 options. Okay, it's going to be either right here or right here. If you picked a different point other than that, you can't. Okay, now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Pay attention. So, it matters, but it doesn't matter which point you pick. Okay? And here's where everybody's getting screwed up. And they're like, well, I don't know which way to go. Okay, because some of you guys picked this one, right? And some of you guys picked this one. Okay, you always, when you're doing the rise over run, you always find the lowest point, which is going to be which one? It's going to be this one. And then you count up, rise up and over to the next highest one. Okay, so if you did this one, you would do this. Okay, and you'd rise over run. If you did the other one, you would have to do this, rise over run. Okay, but you cannot go down and then over because it's going to screw everything up. Okay, so my slope for this one is going to be what?
2 over 5.
2 over 5, and is it going to be positive or negative? Do we go to the left or to the right when we ran?
Go to the right, so it'll be positive.
Perfect.